Hey everybody, it's me, Greg Manorino. I am back again for my post-market wrap-up for today, Friday, December 22nd, 2017. Crazy day today. I did not like the action in the bond market. I want to talk to you about a bunch of things and about this too. Limited availability of any asset does not dictate its price. And we'll cover more of that moving forward. But let's start off with this. Today, the major stock market indices, all of them finished in the red, slightly, nothing major. But for the week, we did gain here. Nothing dramatic. I personally expected this week to be bigger with regard to gains, but we'll see how this plays out next week, and I want to cover that as well. Today, I did not like the action in the bond market. It was trying to find direction. It really couldn't. There was a sell-off at one point during the day. I am a very cautious trader. You know that. What I did, and I explained this to you, I opened up a half position, which I always do on SPY a couple of days ago. Maybe I'm overcautious, but I did close that position today with a small loss because it was a small or a half position. I posted it on my social networks. A lot of people wrote back to me telling me it was probably the wrong thing to do. You know, it might have been the wrong thing to do moving into next week. But again, I just did not like the way the bond market was reacting, nor the major indices. Next week is really the kickoff for the supposed Santa Claus rally, which may or may not occur. The bond market is going to tell us if we're going to get a rally here. The market is closed on Monday. Tuesday begins trading. I did open up a new position, though, today. Sometimes if I don't like the way an index is trading, I'll kind of zero in on an individual stock. Netflix. I bought March in the money calls there. Again, it's a small initial position. If it goes against me, I will trade out of it. You know, just so all of you know who are keeping track of this loss here on SPY was my first, what I would consider an actual loss in a long time. I had a fractional loss on Facebook a week or two ago, but every other trade that I've covered with you beforehand has been successful. Congratulations to you that got in on these, and I'm posting everything I do with regard to trading during the day on my social network. So at least follow me on Twitter so you can see, oh, Greg did this, oh, Greg did that, if you're looking to follow along with me. But remember, you don't have to jump on these things the moment I do. So you'll have an idea, and I would imagine if you're getting into this in any way, you have some knowledge of these markets and how they work. So, again, bond market action today, I did not like it. I did not like the way the major indexes were trading today, but I did take up that position on Netflix. Next week, again, is the real Santa Claus rally that, if I had a bet, and I guess I am by being on Netflix, I think has a better chance of happening than not happening. Because again, these markets are rigged upside down, backwards, and sideways. All they got to do here is start propping up that bond market. Stocks will follow. They're probably going to do this, and we'll see how this plays out come Tuesday. That's it. It's very simple. And we can put very little cash at risk on a relative basis by playing these positions as I explain them to you. You know, in truth, and I've gone over this before, if you trade like me, you could almost throw darts at a board by taking up these small initial positions and see where they go, and then add to them if they go in the direction you think they are, or close them if they don't. So if you're right most of the time, and quite frankly, you know that I am, if you follow this blog, probably better than 70% of my trades are successful. That's phenomenal. So if you trade this way, it's very conservative. You know how I am. I am not in fact, I'm not even nearly an aggressive trader. I would consider myself on the extreme conservative side, but this works for me. This is what I do. It makes me happy, and it keeps me somewhat sane, but that is debatable as well, right? Gold put on a gain today. Silver put on a really nice gain today, like 1% or so. But again, I hate the derivatives, and I hate the fact that Wall Street's got their disgusting, ugly hands on it, on gold and silver, through the derivative market, through the futures market. It's unbelievable. It really is. It makes me want to hit something. I don't know. Let's just go over something here, people, because it's the talk of, like, not just the town, but of the universe. And that's what's going on here with Bitcoin. Sit down for this one. The people that are, again, the ones that are like head over heels about it, they keep touting this thing back here, that there's a limited availability or amount of Bitcoin that's available, and because of that, that's the reason why it's valuable. Well, what these people fail to understand is you want to look at look at the S&P 500. All of these companies have a limited float, or of course they can add to it, but they have a limited availability of shares that are publicly traded. So right there alone goes the whole limited availability theory. It doesn't work. It's not just about limited availability. There's other factors. For example, a competing product, or with the case of Bitcoin, for example, what would happen if, like, I don't know, a government around the world decided that they don't want people using it, or whatever it might be? Those are fundamental factors too. So you can't just say, just because an asset has a limited availability, that it's only going to go one way and you should hodl, whatever the hell that stupid word is. It's ridiculous. But look, and I have never said, and I wrote several articles today on my Steemit page about this, that Bitcoin is dead. I went around, in fact, that was a title of an article that I wrote today, Bitcoin is not dead. But meanwhile, I search around these websites, and people, like, they take my words. I never knew that I had this much influence on websites actually around the world. I say something and people start going crazy. It's kind of interesting, weird if you ask me. But Greg Manarino is saying Bitcoin is dead. Greg Manarino is saying Bitcoin is over. No, absolutely freaking not. What I am saying is follow the futures markets. Now, there's a lot of people out here that are saying, oh, no, Greg is wrong. Really, to those people, let's see you put your money where your mouth is. So you don't believe that the futures are driving the price of Bitcoin? I dare you to bet against it. I dare you to bet against what the futures market is saying. If it's being bid lower on the CME exchange, the largest in the world, you can expect Bitcoin to fall. If Bitcoin is being bid higher, you can expect Bitcoin to go up. It's that simple. It's the freaking tail wagging the dog here. So those two theories, the big one is the limited availability. It's gone out the window. It's meaningless. And if you think that has a meaningful bearing on the price action of Bitcoin, you are deluded. Because this is the same story with all of these other companies that have a fixed float, period. Oh, so let's see. Because company XYZ has a fixed amount of shares available, they should have valuations that are in the stratosphere. Are you kidding me? What are you smoking or shooting or snorting? I mean, it's, drinking. It's got to be something, right? They don't have an understanding of this. There are many other factors that are involved here. But these are the professionals, these hodlers. They're the pros. They're going to hodl themselves into a hole. Is what they're going to end up doing. Just look, for those people, I'm going to make your life real simple. Real simple. Just follow the futures price, and you're going to know where it's going to go. That's where it's gone since they started trading on the futures exchanges. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's not the futures. That's one more other thing. It's not the futures exchanges that are being rigged. It's Bitcoin itself that's being rigged. We had the pump, how it doubled in price before it started trading on the futures exchanges. That was institutional investors, like I said, or people with deep pockets bidding that up. That was Wall Street. And then came the dump, which is what we've seen. And the amount of cash that has been made by futures traders because of leverage without even holding a single Bitcoin is frankly enough to make you want to throw up. It's really the truth. And I hope these people at least are paying it forward, although they probably aren't. Unbelievable people. All right, look. Next week, let's just sum this up. Again, The bond market is going to tell you where stocks are going. Let's see where that bond market goes. Markets closed Monday. Tuesday begins trading. We're going to need to keep a close eye on that. If you see bonds being bid higher, I would start getting long equities here, equity derivatives like I do. I will add to my position there, probably open up a few more. If bond market stays flat or starts to sell off, then the Santa Claus rally is going to be a bust. But we're going to have to watch and see how this plays out. With that said, let's try to forget all of this for this entire weekend. We have Christmas here, and no matter what you might celebrate, I hope you have the sweetest and greatest of time, safe, love each other, understand how important we really are to each other, how we need each other. It's aside from all this nonsense and these markets and everything connected to the whole twisted thing, it's really the most important thing is that we are responsible for each other. We need to pay it forward and just embrace that. Now, with that said, today's Friday. You're not going to see me again, are you ready for this? Until next Friday. I am taking an entire week off here. I don't think I've ever done this in a whole week. But I'm taking this entire week off from blogging, from steaming, from YouTubing, and I was going to take off from trading too, but I'm obviously not doing that. I'm already involved in it. But if I do add to my positions, all I will do, or if I change them, or if I sell something, I will tweet it. So I hope you follow me on Twitter there, at least. But again, people, I, from my heart, love all of you. I really do. And I want you to just be happy and stay happy and forget all this nonsense, if you can. All right, with that said, I will see you next Friday. This guy's out of here.